Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. A good question to ask here is, when does Joe Biden ever tell the truth on the whole botched Afghanistan withdrawal? Joe Biden claimed that nothing was his fault, it was all Donald Trump's fault, and not a single military official or foreign policy expert warned him of a potential Taliban takeover of Afghanistan if they executed the plan too quickly. Well, of course, we eventually figured out that that was total BS. Just recently with a spy balloon. Joe claimed that they intercepted the balloon and no information was transmitted. That was, of course, another lie. Joe recently claimed that he's always supported gay marriage. Ever since he was a young boy and he saw two men kiss and his dad told him they love each other. The classic phony Uncle Joe story. Of course, we know that that was a lie. Joe lied about his involvement and knowledge of his son Hunter Biden's business dealings. The list goes on and on and on. The question is, what has he not lied about? Well, it seems as though not much. He lies about literally everything, as long as it benefits him. And now we have another lie revealed, which has some much more serious implications. Remember when Joe Biden claimed that he was surprised, shocked, to hear about the FBI's raid on Donald Trump's home at Mar-a-Lago?
Mr. President, how much advance notice did you have of the FBI's plan to search Mar-a-Lago?
I didn't have any advance notice. None. Zero. Not one single bit. Thank you.
Joe claimed he had no involvement and no prior knowledge. Well, it turns out that that was a total lie. In fact, Joe Biden essentially signed off on the whole damn thing. New documents reveal a completely different story than the official narrative promoted by Sleepy Creepy Piss Pants Biden and his team. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so take a look at this bombshell story from AFL, America First Legal. It's a multi-piece Twitter thread. Records obtained from our investigation into the circumstances surrounding the Mar-a-Lago raid further confirm that the FBI obtained access to those records through a special access request from the Biden White House on behalf of the DOJ. On August 8, 2022, the FBI conducted an unprecedented raid of Mar-a-Lago on the grounds that potentially classified records existed there. According to press reports, Biden administration aides were surprised to hear this development. FBI searches Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida. The former president called the search an assault and complained that the authorities had broken into a safe. The news appeared to come as a surprise to top aides at the White House. However, new records we obtained from our investigation into the circumstances of the Mar-a-Lago raid reveal that the Biden White House and the DOJ coordinated to obtain the records and perhaps create a pretext for the law enforcement raid by way of a special access request. What this means is that there are substantial discrepancies between what the archives has told Congress and what appears in its internal communications. For example, acting archivist Deborah Wall told Representative Mike Turner on August 16, 2022, that the National Archives and Records Administration had not been involved in the DOJ investigation or any searches that it has conducted. This stunning revelation suggests that NARA was misleading Congress about the White House's role in a shocking raid on former President Donald Trump's home. And the fact that the Biden White House was acting on behalf of the DOJ raises significant legal concerns. The Special Access Statute authorizes special access requests to an incumbent president only when the records in question are needed for the conduct of current business of the White House. Providing documents to the DOJ for purposes of a criminal investigation is not the current business of the White House. So we're learning a couple things here. First of all, not surprising at all, Joe Biden and those working at the White House lied and misled the American public, but it possibly goes even further than that because the justification for the use of this special access request might have been illegitimate to begin with. And by the way, the National Archives and Records Administration also lied while testifying under oath. Here's the email from Gary Stern, the National Archives General Counsel, confirming in an email obtained by America First Legal that the Justice Department via the Biden White House had made the special access request regarding the documents at President Trump's home. Here's the email. This evening, the Post just published a new story detailing an April 12 email that I sent to Trump reps concerning the DOJ special access request for the 15 Trump boxes, along with many other details concerning the DOJ request and the overall issue. On April 12th, an archives official emailed Philbin and John Eisenberg, another former deputy White House counsel, to tell them the Justice Department via the Biden White House had made the request. The email offered the lawyers the opportunity to view the documents as well, but said the documents were too sensitive to be removed from the agency's secure facility. This is now a massive revelation. And let's tune in to see what the copium left is saying in response. Woke Wendy on Twitter writes, Just a big distraction. Don't believe a word of this given its very biased roots. Unless, of course, you want a white Christian nation. No thank you. Don't believe a word of this Freedom of Information request that literally presented to you an email from Gary Stern, the National Archives General Counsel. Why? Because America First Legal AFL is a right-wing litigation center launched by Stephen Miller. AFL was created to help organize Republican attorney generals against perceived executive branch abuses, in addition to filing lawsuits of its own, according to 6 people familiar with the planning. The same tired old argument of it's a right-wing organization, therefore. Absolute frickin' copium. Here's another Twitter user, Nazis in law. No thanks. America First Legal AFL is a right-wing litigation center launched by Stephen Miller. Completely ignoring the actual content, the vote blue no matter who, blue ain't on Twitter folk, strike again. Unable to see past basic partisan us versus them media brainwash. This document is pretty damn serious. It's not just a little fib that was told by Joe Biden. It shows the way these Democrats and frankly these uni-party Washington snakes abuse the legal system to get their way. Joe Biden launched this special access request and essentially started this whole Mar-a-Lago document witch hunt to target Donald Trump. Very conveniently, they raided Donald Trump's home right before the 2022 midterms. I'd call that election interference. They promoted a bogus lie in the media based on an anonymous source telling the Washington Post and the New York Times that Donald Trump was keeping classified nuclear secrets, next to his bedside. And they did all of this while knowing full well that Joe Biden, the current president of the United States, the person who launched the special request, had classified documents from all the way back in the 1970s during his time as a senator, stashed away at multiple different locations. His private home, his garage next to his Corvette, his personal office in his vacation home, the Biden Penn Center, I mean the list goes on. It's again a total weaponization and politicization of the justice system to target Donald Trump, period. And keep in mind, again, another added level of hypocrisy here. The Democrats impeached Donald Trump, the first impeachment, over simply mentioning over a phone call to Volodymyr Zelensky that Ukraine should look into the potential crimes committed by the Biden family in Ukraine with their attachment to Burisma and other companies. Donald Trump on a phone call simply said, "Hey, I heard some bad stuff about the Bidens and Burisma, you should take a look into it," and that's apparently an impeachable offense. Joe Biden weaponizes the justice system to legally persecute the Republican frontrunner ahead of the 2024 election and ahead of the 2022 midterms, and not a freaking peep. The double standards are endless, the witch hunt never ends, the abuse of power is stunning, and they just keep getting away with it. It's totally insane, it's totally absurd. But it's also, in today's day and age and the clown world that we live in, not surprising at all. Oh, and let's not forget that Joe Biden was also behind the unmasking of General Flynn. Sleepy, creepy, piss-pants Biden is a criminal just like Hillary Clinton, just like Barack Obama, and nobody will ever convince me otherwise. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Of course, you know that we'd love to have you here at the Liberal Hive Mind. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.